There's two type of people who fail and don't get ahead in life. And I want to share with you some of the challenges that they face so that you don't have to face them. My name is Kathy McReynolds, and I am your course or business consultant. My goal is to help you create an online course or an online business so that you can create the success that you desire. So we're going to talk about failure and the two people that I am going to share with you who will never get ahead unless they make some changes, and some of the things that they're failing at. So believe it or not, guys, there are more failures than there are successes. That may or may not surprise you. And oh yeah, by the way, before I forget and dive in, because I'm gonna give you about 10 of them. I got a whole about 45. I don't have time to get into all 45 of them right now, but I am gonna give you the top 10, and I cover the rest of them in my training class. So if you are interested in either starting an online course, or if you're interested in the consulting business, you want to go to eCourseU, which stands for Expert Course University. Get registered for our next live masterclass so that you can take a look at what we do, and we walk you through actually step by step of how we help you get a course or consultant business started online. So let me dive into that. And see, a lot of times you'll get on here and people talk about all the successes they're having, what's going on, which is great, but not a lot of people talk about the failure. So I want to talk to you about the failure, because you need to recognize where you're at. You need to recognize what's happening, and when you recognize those things, you're able to make changes and catch yourself. So if you see yourself in this, that's good. That's because now you're aware, and once you become aware of something, you get to make changes. But if you don't think anything is wrong, you go through life. I remember talking to this person, and I was asking them, and they're fairly young, halfway in between life, and I said, so, what do you feel that you need to learn more of in order to get to that next level? And they were like, I don't need to learn anything. I pretty much know everything that I need to know. Wrong. And worst mistake you can ever say. If you are in life and you know that from now until the day that you leave here, that there's always something that you don't know, so you're open to learn, life will go along so much better. You'll be able to grow, and that's what life is about. Growing, getting better every single day. Nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all. So I'm going to share a few of these. Number one, and I'm getting this from Wisdom of Andrew Carnegie as told to Napoleon Hill. So this goes back when the United States was actually created, and it hasn't changed. Like, there's certain principles in life that don't change. This has not changed. Number one, the habit of drifting through life. Drifting through life. What does that mean? You just wake up every single day at the same time. You go clock in. You leave work, you come home, you sit down, you eat, you take care of the kids, you watch TV, you go to sleep, you get up, you do that for 5 days in a row. Saturday morning, you have your routine. Sunday, you have your routine. You've been doing it. Your family before you did it, and everyone's doing it. That's called drifting through life. You have no idea about what's going on. You just exist. So that's a habit. It is a habit. You get to decide whether you want to keep that habit. That is number one. Number two, unfavorable physical hereditary foundation at birth. Now, that's something that you can't do anything about, but you can also get better at it. When I think of that one, I think of the young lady who my mom, I always say, adopted. She was born with mental challenges. Now, with that being said, what happened is when she came around us, we began to teach her things that she wasn't taught before. Like simple things like how to use a curling iron, how to wash your own hair, how to get dressed, how to do those things. None of that stuff did she know how to do, but because we decided that she was capable and we taught her as such, she began to take on those tasks and do more. Now, can she do what everyone else does? Absolutely not. But guess what? She wouldn't have been doing that had it not become a learned behavior and a habit. So that's one of the things that you got to look at. Even if you have, something that was hereditary, are you accepting that? Or are you saying to yourself, okay, well, you know what? Guess what? It can end with this generation. It can end with me. I'm the last person who's going to go through this. And that can come from alcoholism. That can come from poverty. That can come from everything. Like, you got to make that decision that you are the last in your generation and you're going to change that. So you got to be aware of it. Number 3, the habit of meddling, like the habit of being nosy, always in people's business, always the one gossiping, talking about people, wasting time, wasting energy. Do you find yourself saying, always talking about people? I had a friend a long time ago, and I remember, I'll never forget, they were like, oh my God, I hate talking to you because you don't like talking about people. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody got time to be up in nobody else's business when because that's the key. When you are in the process of creating something, building a business, you have goals. And you know that every moment that is focused on something you have no control over is taking time away from what you want to do, from your goal, what you want to develop. So that's one of the success habits. You got to have goals, because if you don't have goals and they're not burning inside of you, all of this stuff you will get involved in. And that includes nowadays, I'll bring this to nowadays, that's scrolling in social media. If you're like constantly scrolling in social media, you're watching the videos, you're doing things that has absolutely zero to do with the success that you said you desire. Hey Marty, how are you? Then that means that you're not getting the work done. So if you're just scrolling and you're not learning, how are you going to get that course created? How are you going to get that consultant firm done? These habits are so important, that mental mindset, to get you to that next level. Number 4, this is a big one. Inadequate preparation for what you want to do. Inadequate preparation for learning how to market, for learning how to get your online course started, for learning the right things that you need, for learning what you need to do to become a consultant. Like, I was telling you guys in the beginning, if this is something you want to do, go to eCourseU.com, and get registered. And I'll drop it in the comments as well. But get registered for the next live masterclass, because if you don't take the time, I am doing great. Thank you. How are you doing? Oh, what am I doing? We're talking about the course, going to our course, getting enrolled in our course program or our consulting program, so that you can learn how to do that. So if that's something that you want to do, make sure you go to eCourseU.com. And I'm just sharing with you guys today some of the habits that will keep you from success, so that you can recognize them and that you won't get involved in them. Number 5, lack of self-discipline. Lack of self-discipline in things from eating, drinking, intoxicating beverages, sex, like all of those things will keep you away from success. See, guys, you got to create some success habits. I was on the phone with a friend of mine, and we're in the process of, creating some trainings and some different businesses together. And we were talking about habits. Like, here's my daily habit in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I do is I go to God and I give my thanks, and I say my affirmations, and then I meditate and I read some self-development. All of that happens before I get on social media, before I interact. Someone's asking, are you a motivational speaker? And what I do is I help people create online courses, consultant, or grow your business. So that is my number one goal, to help people to grow a business online. So if you want to know more about that, just go to ecourseU.com and you can register for our next masterclass. So we help you tap into what you have and create an online business. We take you from point A to point Z. So maybe you already have a business idea, or maybe you have no idea what you want to do and you want to turn that into a business. That's what we're going to help you do. We're going to take you through the steps so that you can create that success and be able to impact some other people. And thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we're on a delay as well, so if you guys are catching this live, I may see your questions, but it'll take me a second to get to that. Number 6, indifference towards opportunities for self-advancement. So they don't plan any career. They don't plan on moving to that next level. Like, you always got to set benchmarks. Just like when you work for a company or corporation, they normally have a benchmark as to here are our goals. Here's what we want to do. Now, what I always look to do is set my goals for next year. Like 2020 is coming. So around the end of, by Thanksgiving, I like to pretty much know where I want to take my 2020. I want to know what that goal is, and I have it in place. You want to do that for yourself. Now, if you guys follow me, I always talk about becoming a weekly goal setter and a weekly goal hitter, because once you have a year's goal planned out, you just simply break that down into 52 weeks, because it's 52 weeks in a year, and you can do it by the week, and that way it's not as big. It's not over a huge goal there. Number 8, ill health, or often due to wrong thinking, improper diet, and exercise. So if you're not thinking the right way, if you're not having the right diet or the right exercise, and trust me, I've been through all of this, of seeing when things are going good and when things aren't going good. You got to work on all parts of your life. You got to live life differently when you want to create success, because all of that matters. And in the end, the next one is indifference towards your lack of ambition above mediocrity. You just accept normal. You're like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I don't need to do anymore. Like, oh, I'm okay where I'm at. Like, if you hear yourself saying those things, that is the kiss of death. That is the kiss of living a life of just existing. And the moment you just start existing without doing something above what you want to make happen, your life will never change. A lot of people will go, even if you're working a job and you want to get out of your job and you want to be a full-time business owner, you got to start acting like a full-time business owner part-time. And when you start acting like that part-time, then you can eventually get there full-time, because it doesn't change. More time doesn't change if your behavior doesn't change. So you want to make sure that your behavior is the thing is getting you in the right place. Now, the next one, I don't know, I think I might be at 10. Lack of persistency in carrying through or finishing what you start, due in main to the lack of, you don't really know what you want to do. You haven't decided what it is you want to do. And because you haven't decided, you haven't put together the self-discipline to get it done. So guys, those are 10 of the 40 that we talked about that are here today, that you can look at and find yourself in one of them and saying, man, this is why I haven't succeeded yet. Man, this is not why I'm not where I want to be. And then to make that change. And I told you guys, I will tell you the 2 kinds of people who never get ahead, which I definitely will in a second. But make sure, if you have not done already, go to ecourseU.com. ecourseU.com. Get registered for our next upcoming masterclass, so that you can learn some of these things that we're talking about. But most importantly, we want to help you create your own course, whether it's a workshop, Whether you want to do a speaking engagement, you want to do a mastermind, you want to do a group training, all of those are the things that we help people get started. So make sure you get registered for that at eCourseU.com. And I'm going to end with those two things that we talked about that will always stop you dead in your tracks from creating success. Number one, the kind of person that will never get ahead is that person who do only that which they are told to do. That's all they do. You know, you see that person on that job, like, no, that ain't my job. This is what they told me to do. So this is all I'm gonna do, right? So if all you're gonna do is that's all you're gonna ever get is what they're paying you, right? That kind of person will never get ahead. So now, does it have to always be like that? Absolutely not. If you find yourself saying that, well, this ain't my job, this is all I'm going to do, then stop saying it and do more. Do more than what's expected of you. Go ahead of what they're asking. Overdo. Always overdo in value. Become an overdoer. Some people call it, oh, you brown nosing, oh, you're just kissing up. No, you're changing your life. You gotta stop, because remember that minor, that talk about other people, that's up there in the people who won't get ahead. Maybe they're a little step ahead of you, but is it the life that you want to have? You got to change that. And then here's the next person. Just like I'm saying to you guys, if you want to start a course business, if you want a consultant business, if you want your business to grow and you already got it started, I have it already mapped out from you from A to Z. The exact steps, all the mistakes that we made, we can remove them from you. And that second person who never wins in life is that person who will not do what they're told to do, who will not do what they're told to do. So they take a training and they don't listen. As if that person just wanted to get money off of them. No, they want to see you succeed, because when you succeed and then they tell your story of your success, everybody wins. So if you're following someone and they give you the exact steps to win and you don't take it and you think you got a better answer, don't do it. You know why? Because those steps have been tested, and once you test something and you know it works, especially when it comes to selling, you just got to run the play. Run the play. When you run the play, you can win and you can save yourself a lot of time, a lot of money. And how do I know? Because I've been there before, right? I've been one of those, I know it all, no one can tell me what to do. And it is not a place you ever want to be. So if you're listening and that's you, then make that decision and be like, okay, I am forever now going to follow the steps of someone who came before me. If they have what I want, then I'm going to listen. Do exactly what they said. So guys, go to eCourseU.com, get registered for that next live masterclass, and let us help you get to success quicker. I'm telling you, you can do this. You can make it happen. I believe in you. This is Kathy McReynolds, your fun, money, and skill coach, and most importantly, your course and business specialist, helping you grow your business a lot quicker in time period. I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.